So tonight we'll do some standing poses, and we'll do some seated poses, and a few balancing poses, and we'll finish with our shavasana. So to begin, also because we're on the concrete floor, I don't know, next I can go grab any extra mats, but if you have any like knee issues or wrist issues, you can also, like a downward facing dog, you can just roll up your mat and then just have a little bit of extra support under your wrists or under your knees. You can roll it over twice if you need anything, or for next time too, I can grab some straps and you can put straps under there, and that really helps with your wrists if you have any sore wrists. So to begin, let's just come into a nice comfortable seated position, and we'll just start with our breathing technique, which is we'll do our alternate nostril breathing. So let's just bring our left hand onto our knee, palm facing up. You can bring the thumb and middle finger together if you wish. Sitting up nice and straight. Let's just drop our shoulders down, lengthen our spine, bringing our index finger and middle finger to our forehead. We'll gently close our eyes, bringing your lips together. Cover your right nostril with your thumb. Take a deep inhale through the left. Pausing at the top. Cover with your finger and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Pause. Cover out through the left. Inhale through the left. Pause, cover out through the right. You can continue at your own pace, taking equal breaths in and equal breaths out. Feeling your stomach rise and fall. Your lungs fill up with air, and then empty. Just focusing on your breath. Calming your mind and your body. Bringing stillness to your body. Here you might like to also set your intention for the class tonight. Why did you come? What would you like to get out of the class? The practice. When you're done, you can bring your hand down. And we'll gently open up our eyes, and we can come into some seated warm-ups. So let's just bring our arms up overhead, palms facing each other. I have one fly in here, so we have to try to get it. Lengthen those arms, bringing your arms to your ears, and let's just bring our right hand to our left knee, left hand behind you, and just looking over your back shoulder, giving a nice spinal twist here. And coming back to center, arms overhead and over to the other side. And then back to center, and then just come forward, and you can use your fingertips to pull your chest down towards the mat. And you're getting a nice stretch underneath your crossed leg. And then use your hands to walk yourself up, and just cross your legs the other direction. We'll bring our hands up to the ceiling, trying to touch the ceiling. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, looking over your shoulder. unwinding, hands up to ceiling, over to the other side. Using that back hand to twist yourself around. On the exhale, you should be able to twist a bit deeper. Then coming up, hands towards the ceiling, and then just coming forward again. Bringing that chest down towards the mat, lengthening your spine. Walk yourself up. Let's lengthen our left leg straight and bend that right knee. Bring the left arm up. And then left elbow over right knee, right hand behind you, and use your elbow to push into your knee, looking over your back shoulder. Lengthening your right leg, bending your left knee, right hand up, right elbow over left knee, left hand behind you, pushing into that knee, looking over your back shoulder. And unwinding. Let's bend both knees and kick them out to the side and come onto your hands and knees. So coming into our neutral spinal position. So bringing our wrists directly under our shoulders, our hips, our knees are under our hips. And let your toes relax out. And we'll just come in to do our cat-cow. So our flexion and extension of our spine. So we're gonna tilt our pelvis, round our back. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest, into your cat. And then inhale, arch your back, looking forward into your cow. So tilt, round, exhale. Inhale, arch your back, looking forward. So flexion and extension. If you have any wrist problems, you can come onto your knuckles. If it's too much pressure. Or yeah, you can have a rolled mat. We'll do one more. And just come back to neutral spine, so your tabletop position, so your back is flat. And then we'll do our tail wagging dog, so bringing your right ankle out to the side, looking over your shoulder, getting a nice curve in your waist, back behind you, over to the other side, 3 times on each side. Getting a nice curve in our waist, lateral rotation of our spine. Back to your neutral spine again. So your back is flat and straight, and I'll thread the needle. Right hand to your chest, inhale. Extend those arms, one straight line, looking up at your fingers, and then diving in underneath your left arm, head and shoulder on the mat. Weight to the left hand, inhale, coming up. Looking at those fingers, exhale, diving it through. Hips are up towards the ceiling. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Staying down here on the mat, lengthening both arms straight, palms on top of each other. Bring the left hand up to the ceiling. Wrap it around your back. Tuck your fingers into your inner thigh if they reach. And now just pull your shoulders back and your shoulder blades together. Opening up our shoulders. Nice inhales. side. So left hand to chest, left hand to ceiling, looking at those fingers, creating one straight line with your arms and diving it under. Do that 2 times, so weight to your right hand, inhale coming up, and exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Lengthening both arms straight, palms on top of each other, right hand to the ceiling, wrap it around your back, tuck your fingers into the inner thigh or rest your hand on your back, and now pull your shoulders back and shoulder blades together. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. And unwinding. Coming back to your hands and knees, spreading your knees to the width of the mat, bringing your toes together, sitting back onto your heels. Bring your hands forward, resting your forehead into the mat. Use your fingertips to lengthen your spine, coming into your child's pose. Shoulder width, spread those fingers, and let's come up onto our hands and knees. Tuck your toes, and here we're just going to bring our fingertips, spread our fingers, bring our hands out a little bit on a 45. Nice equal weight in those fingertips and palms. Tuck your toes and let's push back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels here. Bringing those heels towards the mat, bringing the hips up towards the ceiling, tucking your chin to your chest. Lengthening your arms, lengthening your legs, pulling your shoulder blades together. Taking a nice inhale and exhale through your nose. Here we're going to bring the weight to our left foot and bring our right foot up to the ceiling in our three-legged dog. Trying to lengthen that top leg straight all the way up to the ceiling. See how high you can get it. So you have equal weight in your hands and your foot. And then here we're going to bend that top knee and open out our hip to the right, looking underneath your right arm. You can open her. And then that top leg, we're going to let that fall behind us in our flip dog. And you have 3 options. So you can let that top leg fall down behind you. Keep your bottom leg straight, or bring your knee down. Bring the right hand to your chest, and then right hand to the ceiling in your flip dog. Right. So your left knee is on the ground, or you can straighten that left leg. So you're in side arm balance, or you can hover that bottom leg off of the mat too. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Looking up at those right fingers, creating one straight line with your arms. Holding here for 3 breaths. And then bring that right hand down, both hip knees together. Sitting back onto your heels, rest your forehead into your mat and bring your hands behind you. And roll your wrists around to the right in your rabbit's pose, and then around to the left. To shoulder width, spread those fingers, come up onto your hands and knees. And we'll do the other side. So we'll do our downward facing dog, and then our three-legged dog, and then our flip dog, or your wild thing it's called. So tuck your toes, push back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels, bringing those heels down toward your mat. This is a resting position, downward facing dog. Bringing the weight to your right foot, heel towards the mat, and bring your left foot up to the sky in your three-legged dog, keeping your chin tucked to chest so you have no neck strain. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out. Now bend that top knee, open out the hip to the left, looking underneath your left arm, holding here. And then we're going to let that top leg fall behind us in our flip dog. And with the foot that's on the ground, you can either straighten that bottom leg, bring the knee down to the mat, or hover that leg off of the mat. Your other hand goes up towards the ceiling, looking at the ceiling, so whatever feels comfortable for you. Holding for 3 breaths. And then drop that bottom knee, bring the other knee down. Bring your knees together, toes together, sit back into your heels, rest your forehead in the mat, and bring your hands behind you again and just roll out your wrists. And then we'll bring our hands to shoulder width. Come up onto our hands and knees, and we'll just do a side arm balance before we come up and do our standing poses. So let's just bring our right forearm down onto the ground, palm facing down. And here you either have the option to come onto one knee or to stack your feet into a side arm balance. So you can either come to the side and have both feet up, left hand to chest and left hand to ceiling, or again you can have that bottom knee down. So here we're just trying to bring the hips up to the ceiling and working our bottom waist and holding here for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand down, drop that bottom knee, come back to your hands and knees. And we can then do the other side. Just trying to work our core and our waist. So bring that left hand down, palm down, and here we'll stack our feet to the other side, bring the hips up, and then bring your right hand to your chest, right hand to the ceiling, looking at your right hand, and trying to bring those hips up higher, and holding for 3, 2, 1. Drop your knee, bring your hand down, and come back to your hands and knees. Good job. Tuck your toes, and let's push back into downward facing dog. Spread those fingers, tuck your chin to chest. Take 3 nice inhales through the nose and exhale. And here we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Hang forward. Grab your elbows, tuck your chin into a forward fold. Equal weight in your feet and your heels, and just do a nice gentle rock from side to side. vinyasas. Come on to the beach. Come on, Tracy. Don't hit the boat. So just coming to the top of your mat here, we're going to either bring our feet together, hip width apart, whatever feels comfortable for you. Let's drop our hands to our sides, drop our shoulders down, creating that space between your ears and your shoulders, lengthening our spine. Take a moment to close your eyes and take a nice inhale through the nose. And exhale, feeling that steadiness and balance in both of your feet. Gently opening up your eyes. Do our half standing vinyasa. So sitting back into your powerful pose, your chair, sweeping your arms through. Inhale, hands together to heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Nose to knee, straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift, straight arms, straight legs, flat back. Exhale, sitting into your chair, sweeping your arms through. Hands together to heart center. To mountain pose, Tadasana. 2 more times. Half standing vinyasa. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Sweeping your arms through. Hands to heart center. To Tadasana. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sweeping through to Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands free vinyasa. Inhale, sweeping through. Powerful pose. Exhale to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. And then both hands on mat. Stepping your right foot back. Take a lunge with your left knee and sweeping through to your warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping your right foot forward, left foot back, sweeping through to warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping forward, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through to Tadasana. Do that again. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Getting nice and warm. Inhale to halfway lift. Both hands on mat. Step your right foot back. Pivot that back heel. Lunge in that front knee. Inhale to your warrior one. Looking at your fingers. Arms to ears. Hands to either side of the front foot. Stepping forward. Step your left foot back. Pivot that back heel. Sweep through warrior one. Hands to either side of the front foot, stepping forward, sitting back into the chair, sweeping through, hands to heart center, to Tadasana. Nice. Inhale, sun salutation A, hands to heart center, down to your forward fold. Up to your halfway lift. Hands on mat, step back to your plank. Drop those hips down. You can come down to your supported plank if you wish and drop your knees down. Otherwise, coming to your chaturanga, so keeping your elbows to your waist. Coming down, bending your elbows chest down first. Coming up to your Sphinx, Cobra, or Up Dog. Tucking your toes. Push back to downward facing dog. Taking 3 nice breaths here. You're taking a hop, skip, or jump to the top of your mat. Sitting back into your chair, powerful pose, sweep your arms through. Hands to heart center, to Tadasana. We'll do that, sun salutation A again. So inhale, powerful pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on mat, stepping back to your plank or your supported plank. Keeping your elbows towards your waist. Coming down, bringing your chest down first. Release your toes. You can come onto your Sphinx with your forearms on the ground, or your Up Dog with bent elbows, or your Cobra with straight arms gazing at the ceiling. Hands under shoulders, tuck your toes, push back Taking a hop, skip, or jump to the top of the mat. Sit back into your chair. Sweep your arms through. Hands to heart center. To Tadasana. Sun salutation B. Let's put that all together. So inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Down to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Straight arms, straight legs, flat back. Exhale, hands on mat, stepping back to your plank. Coming down into your chaturanga. Gazing forward, tucking your toes, pushing back, down facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. Bringing the weight to your left foot. Raising your right foot off of the mat, stepping it through to the top of the mat between your hands, pivoting that back heel, lunge in that front knee, sweep through, warrior one. Nice lunge in that front knee, looking at your fingertips. Then extend your arms out straight to your warrior two. Hips are at the long edge of the mat, palms facing down, shoulders are back in line with your hips. Bring your right hand, your front hand facing, palm facing up, and then pivot back to your reverse warrior. Let that back hand slide down your leg. Shoulders are back. Nice lunge in that front knee. Back leg is straight. Pivot back to your warrior two, palms facing down. Right hand to your front knee, palm facing up. Left hand up and over into your side angle pose. Both hands to either side of the front foot, bringing your hips forward, stepping forward, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through, hands to heart center to Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on mat, step back to your plank or your supported plank. Come down to your chaturanga. Gaze forward in your Sphinx, Cobra, Up Dog. Tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. To your right foot, raise your left foot off of the mat, step it through to the top of the mat between your hands, pivot that back heel, lunge in that front knee, sweep through, warrior one. Arms are straight, and then lengthen your arms out to your warrior two, palms facing down. Bring that front palm facing up, rotate back to your reverse warrior, let that hand slide down the back of your leg. Spiral back over to your warrior two. Shoulders are back. Front elbow, left elbow to front knee, palm facing up, right hand up and over into your side angle pose. Resting that arm on your cheek. Front legs working nice and hard. Hands to either side of your front foot. Rotate those hips forward. Step your back foot forward. Sit back into your chair. Sweep through to your warrior one. Do one more little plank, just for good measure. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight legs, straight arms, flat back. Hands on mat, let's step back to our plank. Holding here. Let's drop down to our knees, to our supported plank, release our toes. And then let's keep our elbows tucked to our waist and bring your chest down first. And then gaze forward into your Sphinx or your Cobra or your Up Dog. Tuck your toes, push back, down. to the top of your mat, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through, hands to heart center, to Tadasana. Nice. Grab a drink if you need a drink. Do you guys need water? For sure. Okay. We'll do some standing poses, and then we'll do a little balancing, and then we'll come back down onto the mat. So let's just take a big step back with our right foot, and have both of our legs straight, and we're going to bring our hips to the long edge of the mat. Bring your arms out to the side, sides, palms facing down, shoulders are back. And we're just going to do our triangle, our Trikonasana. So keeping that front leg straight, we're going to hinge at our front hip, bring that hand all the way down to your shin or down to the inside of that front foot, bringing your fingers to the mat and looking up at your right fingers in our triangle pose, keeping our shoulders back. Center to our triangle pose. We're going to bring our hands to our hips, rotate our hips forward, bring that back heel off of the mat, drop that back heel down, release your toes, bring your right hand up, and then actually bring it to your heart center, right elbow over front knee. So you're twisting here, and you can either stay here, or you can tuck your back toe under and lengthen your legs straight in your rotated side angle. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Bring your chest forward, hands onto the mat, drop that back knee back down, release the toes. And then lengthen that front leg straight, bringing your toes up and your chest towards your knee. And then we're going to bring that front knee back. So we're back into our hands and knees position, wrists under shoulders, tuck your toes. Push back into your downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. And then take a little walk up to the top of your mat. Sit back into your chair, sweep your arms through, hands to heart center, to Tadasana. Take a big step back with your left foot. Lengthen both legs straight, bring your hips towards the outer edge of your mat. Arms out to your side, palms facing down, and we'll just do our triangle on this side. So shoulders drop down, back, hinging at our front hip, hinging forward. You can bring those fingers to the inside of your front foot, looking up at your left fingers in our Trikonasana triangle on this side. And then hinge over to the back, looking at your right fingers. And then hinge back to center. You can bring your hands to your hips. Bring your hips forward. Bring that back heel off of the mat. And then drop that back knee down, release the toes. Bring your left hand up, and then your left elbow over your right knee and your hands to heart center. come forward. And here, then you have the option of tucking your back toe and extending your back leg straight. Gazing out to the left side, holding. And then dropping your back knee down. If it's up, bring your hands to either side of that front foot, release the toes. Extend that front leg straight, bringing your toes off of the mat, and bring your hips down towards your knee. Getting a nice stretch underneath your right straight leg. Bring that front knee back to your hands and knees position, wrists under elbows. Tuck your toes and let's push back, knee down, facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths here. See if you can get those heels down towards your mat, hips up to the ceiling. And then walking to the top of your mat, sitting back into your chair, sweeping your arms through. Hands to heart center, to Tadasana. Let's take a big step back with our right foot. We're just going to do our wide-legged forward fold. So let's bring our toes in and our heels out now. So taking a nice big stance, drop your shoulders down. Find your fingers, interlace your fingers behind you. Drop those shoulders down. And here we're going to hinge again at our hip. Bring our hands up overhead. So hinging forward, hands up overhead, chin tucked to chest. Let your head hang heavy. Shut your eyes if you like. You have equal weight in your toes and your heels. Shoulders are getting a nice stretch here. Find your right ankle with your left hand. Bring your right hand to your chest, and then your right hand to the ceiling. And your rotated forward fold on this side, looking up towards your right fingers. Left hand to chest, and then left hand to ceiling, looking at your left fingertips. Getting a nice twist here. Nice, and releasing, coming back down. Gazing straight down at your fingertips. Fingertips are on the mat. Here, just making sure you've got your weight, your heels and your toes. into our left foot and come up on the toes of your right. Finding that focus in front of you. Here we're going to bend our left knee, coming down, bring your hands to heart center. And now with that weight in that left foot, we're going to bring that right ankle over your left knee. And see if you can squat a bit deeper and rest your elbow on your knee and your elbow on your ankle. If you need support, you can drop your fingers or fingers down to the mat too. And for further challenge, you can take your right hand and loop it through the hole in your legs and bring your hands together and sit a bit deeper in your flamingo pose. Holding here. Keeping your gaze. Do it. And then we'll just unwind. Bring our right knee up, bowing to our right knee. Place that foot down and then just shake out your left leg, your left ankle. We'll do the same on the other side. Have to be a bird on the other side, so weight to your right foot, coming up on the toes of your left. Find your gaze in front of you. Drop your shoulders. Feel that weight. Your right leg is your tree trunk. You can support your whole body. You're going to bend that right knee, sitting into like a chair. Then we're going to bring the left ankle over that right knee, hands to your heart center, and then you can sit a little bit deeper and rest your elbow on your knee and your ankle, keeping that gaze in front of you. Flamingo pose, and for further challenge you can loop your hand through the whole triangle in your legs and bring your hands back together. Coming up, bowing to your left knee, placing your foot down and shaking out your ankle. Well done. We'll just bring our feet to the width of the mat. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. We'll come down onto the mat for a few seated poses. So squatting down, keeping your heels on the mat, bring your arms inside your knees. Our garland pose. And then you can use your hands for support and come onto your seat. Lengthen your legs straight. And here, come into our forward fold so you can remove any of that flesh underneath you. Nice and comfortable. Flex our toes, bring our hands up to the ceiling, and come forward. You can either bind your toes, bring your hands onto the mat, just trying to bring our chest towards our knees. Let's bring our right foot inside our left straight leg, so our hips are facing forward, that leg is facing nice and straight forward. Bring your hands up, arms to ears, and come forward. See if you can bind your foot and then rest your head into your knee, head to knee, or wherever it reaches. Bind your big toe. yourself up again. Let's bring that left leg out to a 45. Tuck your right foot into your inner thigh. And we'll do head to shoulder on this side. So you can bring that left hand onto your left leg. Right hand up to the ceiling. And keeping our shoulders back, we're going to bring that right hand overhead and seeing if you can try to touch your toes. You can bind your toe with your fingers and just looking underneath that right arm. Keeping the shoulders back. Might feel a bit restricted in your breathing here. And unwinding, coming up again. Nice. And we'll just swap sides. So lengthen that right leg straight. And bring the left foot into your thigh. Both hands up. Head to knee on this side, on your right side. Binding your foot, resting your head to your knee. Wherever it reaches. Yourself up. Let's bring that right foot up to 45, tucking your left foot into your inner thigh. You can bring your right hand to your right leg, left hand up to the ceiling, and then left hand up and over, keeping your shoulders back, and aiming to touch your toe if you can. Where's my toe? And looking underneath your left arm. So head to shoulder on this side. Taking 3 nice deep breaths here. Unwinding. Very good. Let's bring both feet together. Combine your toes. Lengthen our spine. And here we're just going to open up, use our elbows to open up our knees and just bring our chest forward. Lotus position. Hip opener. Just come into our balancing lotus, so keeping your feet together. Come onto your point of balance. And bring your arms underneath your legs. Bring your middle finger and thumb together. Gently close your eyes for a moment. Balancing lotus. Our legs straight and come down onto the mat and bring your arms overhead, point your toes, lengthen your arms. Let's take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's do 3 of those deep breaths, pulling out, rising through the nose Bringing your arms to a T, palms facing down. Let's bend that right knee. Bring the right toes underneath the left straight leg and roll out to the left, looking over to the right, keeping your shoulders on the mat in a spinal twist, abdominal twist here. Top leg straight and rest the foot onto the ground, so you're in a further twist, like a scissor-like position. Bend that top knee, bring the toe again behind that left straight leg, roll back to center. Here you can hug both knees to your chest and just do a nice little rock from side to side. And then lengthen your right leg straight, and then bring that left foot down, left toe underneath your right straight leg, arms out again to the side, palms facing down. Roll over to the right and look over to the left, keeping your shoulders on the ground. Abdominal twist on this side. Straight, resting your foot onto the ground. Now bring bend that knee, bring that toe behind your straight leg. Roll back to center, extend both legs straight onto the ground, let your feet fall out to your sides. You can bring your arms to your sides, palms facing up, or you can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, and let the mat support your head, and gently close your eyes. And here, we'll take a few moments for Shavasana. center. Bowing down if you wish. Thank you all for coming along and practicing with me today. From the light in me to the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you. Everybody feeling good? I think it's okay. Oh, he actually has been to the vet. I have to take him to the vet. You heard.